This is a really nice graph. It shows you that glycation is really a series of toxin-forming reactions. If you notice on number 1, it starts with glucose in a protein. That protein could be a critical protein that runs the beating of your heart, for instance. When the glucose binds to the protein, it goes through a series of intermediate steps. That's step number 2. And then it ends at step number 3 with what is called an AGE, A-G-E, an advanced glycation end product. An advanced glycation end product is basically that toxin now. It's an abnormal, non-functioning protein that can't do its job. And if the protein can't do its job, if it's important for the heart, for instance, maybe the heart can't beat properly now. That's why sugar can be, this is exactly why sugar can be so devastating to us. It literally causes us to age fast. When you have too much sugar, that sugar binds to critical body proteins and it ruins that protein. This is very dangerous, and this is exactly why we have to maintain healthy blood sugar levels. We have to prevent this glycation process. You can almost think of it this way too. Everything in the human body, all the proteins in the human body basically have a very specific structure, and it's the structure of the protein that leads to its function. The analogy I use here is an apartment building. Think of the body protein as the apartment building. And the apartment building has a very definite structure to it. And that structure gives way to the function of an apartment, so people can live inside of it. However, if you take a wrecking ball and knock down one of the walls of the apartment building, have you not lost the structure of that building? And if you lose the structure of the building, have you not lost the function of the building? Well, think of, again, the building as the protein in your body, and think of the wrecking ball as the glucose. Glucose directly disrupts structure of a protein, which means it disrupts function of the protein. And when you got a bunch of very important proteins in the body that aren't able to function like they should, that's when we age in a very accelerated manner. That's why diabetics have such a terrible time with heart disease, nerve problems, kidney problems. It's because of this reaction called glycation. Some of the foods we eat actually are full of these AGEs also. Again, AGEs stand for advanced glycation end product. So some of the foods that you eat actually have these toxins in them. Almonds that are roasted have a decent amount of advanced glycation end products. Mayonnaise, butter, look how high butter is. Butter has 265 units of these AGEs within the butter structure itself. So when you're eating a lot of butter, you're getting a lot of AGEs in your system. This is bad because dietary AGEs that you bring in, like from butter, can actually become things that are called glycotoxins. So an AGE, an advanced glycation end product from butter, when you ingest it, when it gets into your system, will turn into what is called a glycotoxin. Two important glycotoxins are CML, carboxymethyllysine, and MG, methylglyoxal. We're just going to call them CML and MG from here on out. So when you develop advanced glycation end products in your body, or when you eat advanced glycation end products from, say, butter, okay? Paula Deen from the Food Channel is not going to be very happy with this. But when you eat all that butter and you're developing these AGEs, these advanced glycation end products, they turn into these glycotoxins like CML and MG. We know that as we get older, the higher the level of CML and MG in your system, the faster you're going to age and the more problems you're going to have. And basically, it just causes a vicious cycle. You eat too much sugar, or you eat foods that have AGEs in them. The AGEs turn into the glycotoxins. The glycotoxins actually cause your body not to manage glucose as well. And it's just this vicious cycle between sugar, advanced glycation end products, and these glycotoxins. So how can we prevent glycation? 3 suggestions. One is paradoxamine. It's the vitamin B6, about 100 milligrams a day. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about paradoxamine coming up because there's a problem with paradoxamine now, and it's not paradoxamine itself. Then we have benfotiamine, which is vitamin B1. That's a fat-soluble form of B1, which is really good for preventing glycation. And then carnosine, which is a small protein that's also good for helping your body avoid this toxic reaction called glycation. Paradoxamine, quickly, is a B6 vitamer. A vitamer simply is a fancy word for a subtype. So paradoxamine is a type of B6, and paradoxamine is really good at helping the body avoid glycation. What we know that when people take paradoxamine, this special form of B6, the glycotoxins, the CML and the Mg that we mentioned before, actually decrease in the bloodstream. That's what the graph here shows. If you notice the top graph, if you were to eat, say, a lot of sugar, a sugary meal without paradoxamine, what happens is the body develops the CML cytotoxin. That's the black boxes here, okay? The black box, as you eat butter or sugar, the CML level in your bloodstream increases. That's the cytotoxin. However, if you eat that butter or that sugary meal with paradoxamine, notice what happens to CML. The amount of CML that's produced in the body is blunted. It's decreased because of the paradoxamine. And that goes the same for another cytotoxin that you see here on the bottom graph. So paradoxamine has a direct ability to decrease the production of glycotoxins, and those glycotoxins are very dangerous to the human body. Paradoxamine is so powerful at this that the pharmaceutical companies have picked up on this, and they're actually studying paradoxamine in diabetic nephropathy. That's a kidney problem with diabetics. What you see here on these graphs, in this case, the white box, that is a diabetic not on paradoxamine. The black box is a diabetic on paradoxamine. And what we're measuring here is serum creatinine level. That's the protein we can measure to evaluate kidney function. As kidneys get worse and worse in their functioning, the serum creatinine level will increase. But notice, if you give a diabetic who has kidney problems paradoxamine, it actually brings down the serum creatinine level. That means the kidneys are working better. And that's the black boxes here you see on both graphs. So paradoxamine prevents the formation of the glycotoxins and improves kidney function based on this study. Well, that's the problem. Turns out that this same pharmaceutical company is now petitioning the FDA to make paradoxamine a drug. And the FDA at this point has accepted the application for paradoxamine to become a new drug status, to go into a new drug status, so that this company can continue to study paradoxamine as a drug, which means in this industry for vitamins and minerals we can't use it. Our solution here at Life Extension is to switch to another B6 vitamer called paradoxal 5-phosphate. Now, we encourage you to let your senators and congressmen know that you're not happy with this. You can go to lifeextension.com/legislative action center, or you can go to lef.org/LAC, and you can send your congressman or congresswoman a letter saying how unhappy you are about the FDA's decision to make paradoxamine a drug. The other one that helps to prevent glycation is benfotiamine. That's the fat-soluble form of B1. In clinical studies, benfotiamine actually was able to reduce the amount of advanced glycation end products in the glycotoxin by as much as 40%. It's pretty impressive. Very simple. B6s, B1 vitamins, very good at preventing glycation. The fourth and final step for any diabetic, and actually for all of us, because we all got to watch out for blood sugar, that's what the Whitehall study showed us, is to reduce oxidative stress. And the best way to reduce oxidative stress, antioxidants. CoQ10, glutathione, pomegranate. Those are my top 3 antioxidants that I personally like to take, and I think everybody should be taking them. If you look at a chart of the different fruits and vegetables that have a lot of antioxidants in them, which, by the way, we can measure with what's called the ORAC value. The higher the ORAC value, the greater the antioxidant power of that food. So when you look at a list that I'm showing here on the slide, when you look at this list of fruits and vegetables, is there a common denominator that all of these food sources have? Take a look there. You got acai berries, blueberries, plums. I'm getting hungry talking about this. Kiwi, beets. Is there a common denominator here? That's right. It's the dark colored fruits and vegetables. That's where you're going to get your antioxidant power from. So we want our customers here at Life Extension, we want them to reduce oxidative stress. It's so important for all of us, especially people with blood sugar issues. And the best way to do this is to eat a wide variety of antioxidants from a wide variety of sources and make those sources dark colored fruits and vegetables. So that covers the 4 steps for every diabetic. And remember, all of us need to worry about blood sugar levels because of that Whitehall study. It's a great study done out of the United Kingdom. Prevent sugar spikes, improve insulin sensitivity, prevent that dangerous glycation reaction, and reduce oxidative stress. I want to say one last quick thing about exercise. Life Extension's position on exercise is very clear. The more toned, healthy muscle tissue you have in the body, the better your body can handle glucose levels. Toned muscle is very metabolically active, and that means that toned muscle needs a lot of sugar to metabolize. So resistant exercising is a fantastic way to also improve high blood sugar issues. This picture right here, that's not exercise. So I encourage you to get out of that car and start jogging with your pets. Unfortunately, in this country, a lot of our pets are also looking a lot like us. Obesity and sugar are interrelated. So, my name is Dr. Michael Smith. I want you to follow these 4 steps to helping you handle blood sugar in your body better. These are the 4 steps for every diabetic. I thank you for watching. Have a great day.